Good morning, everyone. I can't even say cousin's best friends. This is like take number 10. Anyway, this is Risa in Europe. We are currently in Paris, and look at what that is. This is day 5 of being in Europe. This is day number 2 of being in Paris. So let's see what we shall discover today. I understand. You know, we're from Georgia, Atlanta.
Okay.
We had it in 96.
Yeah.
And I do understand it's a lot.
No, and Paris, it's small, it's not big.
Mm-hmm.
Small, if closed the half of street, go on holiday. No work. Yes, there are tourists, but you take with one person from, for example, here to Stade de France or Olympic Village. It's 6 kilometers or 6 kilometers. If you're 1 hour or 1 hour 30, it's not good.
Okay. This isn't the most French Parisian thing. All right, so story time on how I went to the Louvre Museum, but did not get a chance to tour the museum. I'm gonna make this quick because there's so much more to this trip than just what happened at the Louvre. So basically, I booked a tour for me and my friend through this company called Viator. It's a great company that you can use when you are out of the country and you want to take excursions. So I booked a tour for 2 to tour the Louvre with a private guide, and you're in like a small group. So we get to the Louvre, we meet our tour guide. He explains to everyone, you know, that he's giving us a radio and an earpiece so we can hear him as he's giving us a tour. We go through the back entrance of the Louvre, which is not the main entrance through the pyramid, but there's another entrance near the Arc de Triomphe, de Carousel, if I'm saying that right. So we proceed to go into the Louvre with the whole group of people. The stairs were really difficult for my friend because she has a knee injury. So when we finally get inside the Louvre, we go through security. They check our bags. Our tour guide already had our vouchers because he checked us in individually. And then the vouchers turn into your ticket, which of course he had for all 25 of us. So we get inside the actual Louvre, and he says, you know, we can go ahead and have everyone go use the restroom. Well, at that time, my friend, whose knee was, I guess, in excruciating pain, she was like, I'm not going to be able to do it. Let me just sit here on the first level, and you all go do the tour. I didn't want to do that, and I'm not even the type of person that's going to do that. If we came together, we stay together, we leave together. That's just how I roll as a friend. So when she said that she was not going to be able to do the tour because of her knee, I basically made the decision, okay, if you can't do it, then I'm going to sit here with you, and then we'll just leave. Because if she can't go, I'm not going to leave her down there, you know, by herself. The tour was supposed to be about 2.5 hours. So I had said to her, I was like, well, let me go turn the radios back in, and then if you are comfortable with it, just give me about 30 minutes and I will tour, I know this is going to sound crazy, 30 minutes to tour Mona Lisa and Napoleon's apartments, which are on the same level of the Louvre. So she was like, no, that's fine, that's fine. So in my head, I was like, let me go turn the radios back in. We're already inside the Louvre. I just want to see Napoleon's apartments, and I want to get video footage of the Mona Lisa, and then I'm good. So I was never going to be there for the entire 2 hours of the tour. go give the radios to the tour guide. The tour guide says to me, well, why don't you come with us to level 1 and then you and your friend can, then you can leave. Let's see how you feel then. And I said, no, she can't do it. I'm not going to leave her. So let me just turn these back in. Thank you, thank you. And he said, oh, okay, if you're sure. I said, I'm sure. Turn the radios back in, go meet back up with my friend, make sure she's good. And then in about 15 minutes, I said, I'm going to go ahead and go to the level 2 to go see Napoleon's Apartments and Mona Lisa's painting. So I end up going, making my way. When you walk into the Louvre, you're on that very first level, which has the cafe, the restaurant, and then you can take the escalator up to, I believe it's level -1. I know it sounds weird, but it's -2, -1, 1, and then 2. So I go ahead and take the escalator up to what I thought was the first level. Turn the corner, I'm following the crowds. What do I see as soon as I turn the corner? Ticket check. For those of you who are like, well, what's the big deal? When I was with the group, the voucher I had on my phone turned into a ticket that the tour guide had already redeemed for every person in the group. So when I went to the first floor, the group was already gone. The tour guide was already gone. I did not have a phone number, could not email him, couldn't text him, nothing. So they're already gone into the museum, enjoying their best life. When I turned the corner and saw ticket check-in, I realized I don't have a ticket. I don't have a ticket because I'm not part of the group. I'm not part of the group because technically I've left to basically, tell the tour guide we're not going to be able to do this tour. So I realized in that moment, I'm not going to be able to see the Louvre. Unless I were to buy a ticket, I'm not going to be able to see it. So my face just fell. And then I went ahead and went back downstairs to where my friend is, and I was like, let's go. And she's like, what happened? So I explained to her what happened. She was like, oh my God, I feel so bad. I was like, let's just go, because obviously there's nothing I can do. Now I understood why he said, come with us to the first level. Because once you get to the first level, once you're actually inside the Louvre where the exhibitions are and the exhibits, you're good. But you got to get your ticket in order to go in there. And I did not do that because basically I left the tour too early and didn't realize, hey, by you saying she's not going to be able to do it, I'm going to stay with her, you shot yourself in the foot. So we ended up leaving. Y'all, it was so chaotic trying to leave the Louvre and get an Uber to take us back to the hotel. Mind you, it's about 93 degrees. The sun is beaming down on me. It took an hour and 15 minutes to get an Uber to come get us. The reason being is because my GPS on Uber was saying basically I was at Rue de Romaine, and actually I was at Rue du Carrousel. Close by, but when you have thousands of people in one spot, you need to be exactly where you're supposed to be to get picked up. And every car was a taxi. Then on top of that, not only were there taxis, but then there was also bikes everywhere. It was the most chaotic scene I've ever seen. And so by the time we finally got an Uber and we met the correct Uber, I was dripping and drenching sweat. And the Wi-Fi was going in and out. My phone wasn't connecting to a French network, which I'll talk about in another video. Literally, that morning was the worst morning. So I got to the Louvre, but did not get a chance to tour the Louvre. So when I come back to Paris, I will have to make sure that I do it the correct way and actually get a chance to see Miss Mona Lisa herself. Legitimately, what it is like to be in here. I've had these windows open the entire time that I was asleep. Jet lag is real, y'all, so don't mind my voice. But yeah, seriously. And a breeze has been coming in. It has been the nicest sleep that I have had. I mean, it is just so peaceful.